Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Thank you so much for being here today. Today, we're making one of my absolute favorite meals. I cannot believe how much I hated this meal when I was a little girl. I thought it was gross. The taste, the smell, everything in between. I just didn't like it. And so now that I'm a grown woman, boy, was I wrong. Today, I'm going to show you how I make mine, and it's absolutely delicious. So you start off by roasting your iron fruit. In my local dialect, it's called prekese in Fanti and in Tree. So you put together some peppers, onions, garlic, some bell peppers, optional, and then some rosemary, thyme, some anise seeds, and some bay leaves. And then you blend that together. You season your washed and clean chicken with some black pepper and some white pepper. Add in some bay leaves, some star anise, certainly the star of the show, some calabash nutmeg, some grains of selim, and some thyme. And then you pour over your blended seasoning and spices. Stir it up and make sure that the chicken is coated in the seasoning and let it boil. Bring it to a boil. Make sure that you keep stirring so that everything is properly cooked. After it's cooked, put it over a baking tray and leave it in the oven for about 40 minutes to 1 hour on low fire. My palm soup base was pounded with some turkey berries, which is not an option. You need to add that to it. So I pour my palm nut soup base into my chicken stock, and then I add in some peppers, some tomatoes, some onions, and then I add up some water because the palm soup base was quite thick. For me, you can honestly choose to make it as thick as you want. At this point, my chicken is also done after straining my palm soup base and everything and putting it over the fire. It's done. So I check in on my veggies to make sure that it is soft and it's not well done yet. So I cover it up and just let it boil for some more time, and now it's perfectly done. So I'm going to collect that and put it in a blender and blend it to perfection. I like it to perfection. Some people don't, especially when it comes to this meal. They usually like it when there's a bit of, roughage or fiber in there, but I like it done to perfection. I added in some blended ginger because that's what I had. I didn't have the whole ginger, so I put in a tablespoon, and it makes it lovely. You shouldn't do it without it, but if you don't have it, that's also fine. So I washed in my blender, and at this point, just after I've put in my blended veggies, I put in my protein. Because the protein is so dehydrated and so dry, I put it in right after the veggies just so that it can boil with it and add some moisture back into the protein, right? So that's exactly what I'm doing now. I keep stirring to make sure that I'm not overcrowding my soup because I have fish that I want to add to the soup as well. At this point, it has started boiling. I wanted it to boil down a bit so that I add in the fish because fish is not as strong as meat. Even though this fish is fried, I still wanted it to boil down. So I let it boil down, and then I start adding in my fish. Again, I keep stirring to make sure that I'm not overcrowding my soup with a lot of protein, right? At this point, I think it's just perfect for us because we're only 3 people in the house, so we don't need too much. But if it's yours, please, by all means, knock yourself out. So I leave it to boil for some time. I cover it halfway and make sure that it's done. Now, one great thing you can do with the soup is when it's about almost 10 minutes done. You blend in some onions. So I blended 1 full bulb of onion and then I put it in there. It adds some sweetness to the soup, because usually it kind of tastes bland sometimes, right? So you want to add in the onion to make it, kind of re-energize the soup again, basically, right? So that's what I do. So I cover it up and then I leave it to boil for about 10-15 minutes thereabout, and the soup is ready. My fufu is ready, looking so yummy, and I simply served it, and it was just amazing. It was just absolutely tasty. It was aromatic, it was flavorful, all the nicest things that you can think about when it comes to food. This was it. Really, really was it. So I hope that you like it. I hope that you make time to try it at home. I hope that you like, you share, you subscribe, and you tell me what you think in the comment section. And hopefully I will see you in the next one.